morning. Well, it's morning here. I don't know where you're at. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day, good morrow, wherever you may be. Welcome to my channel. It's the infamous Kiki, where we discuss online dating, entertainment, a lot of entertainment issues. Not a lot of entertainment. I discuss certain things here and there that pertain to me. For those of you who are new to my channel, I'd appreciate if you like, share, subscribe, and comment below about what do you think about this whole Diddy situation. I did do another video where I talked about the Cassie and Diddy video. If you have been underneath a rock somewhere and you have not seen that video, please do so. You can Google it. It's all over the place. But Diddy, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs is a rapper, music mogul, producer, former owner of Revolt TV and Bad Boy Records. Hey, 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 AK. What's up? I'm live. What's up? I'll do this video real quick because I gotta go to work, girl. But make sure y'all thumbs up and like the video. But Sean P. Diddy Combs is really well known in the music industry. He has dated many, dated J-Lo, many different famous people. He was in a 13-year relationship with a lady by the name of Cassie. She was a singer. She came out with I think a few hit songs. She came out with one album, whatever. Okay, the girl, she was popping for a minute, and so um he has been charged with various things over the past years, but she filed a big lawsuit accusing him of basically mistreating her, and she sued him, and he hurried up and settled. He didn't want anything to come out in court, known as discovery. He settled with her. This was back in November of 2023. So then two or three days later, a video CNN obtained a hotel video, surveillance video where he was physically assaulting her back in 2016. So that is pretty much the synopsis. So I told y'all in my last video, how long was it going to be before he come out and apologized and said he either is going to rehab or went to rehab, and he's going to put something in it about God or Jesus. And I'm not psychic. I'm not psychic. I don't have any special magical powers. I'm not a witch, but I just know how PR works. Diddy's a famous person, so I'm sure he has agents and a PR, a publicist. And y'all need to pray. If y'all want to pray for anybody, pray for Diddy's publicist and manager team. Please pray for them because I'm sure they're going through it right now. I mean, they've been all these allegations. The FBI raided this place. I mean, it must be hard to be on Diddy's team. Hopefully they paying these people real nice because I couldn't do it. I would quit being his publicist because there's only so much you can do, and Diddy has done so much. There's only so much you can do. So on Friday, Diddy took to his Instagram account, and I'm looking down because I'm reading. I'm gonna read the apology. I'm going to read the apology. He said, hey, yo. No, I'm just playing, y'all. Let me stop. So I'm going to read the Diddy apology, a synopsis of it. He did a video on his Instagram. He says, it's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you got to do that. I was effed up. I hit rock bottom. I hit power bottom. I mean rock bottom. Sorry, y'all. I read that wrong. But I make no excuses. My behavior on that video was inexcusable. He continued, I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I am disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, and I'm disgusted now. Combs did not mention Cassie even by name. So he then Combs went on to say that he sought help, that he went to rehab after that. I don't remember if he did or did not. He said that, he prayed for him or whatever. Like I said, okay. That he's working on himself or whatever. So Cassie's lawyer, Meredith Firetog, had a statement on Sunday following the release of the apology. Her lawyer said Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested his victims were looking for a payday, that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials are proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. So that's what Cassie Laura said. And it's true that once Cassie's lawsuit was filed and allegations came out in November, he did issue a blanket statement denying the allegations. He denied. Yes, AK said, I'm disgusted that he thinks it's okay after denying these very true. Yeah, he denied. He made these women out like they were liars. His sons and his supporters, which I'm like, where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where y'all? I'm looking down. I'm looking up. Where are the people who are like, hey, Cassie just wants some money? Why is she bringing this forward now? Diddy is a legend in the industry. He's for the community. Fuck out of here, okay? He denied it. His lawyers denied it. Everybody quiet now. Everybody on hush mode. Everybody like, shh. Like you can't even say Diddy. It's like Voldemort. It's like he who must not be named. Like you can't even say Diddy's name anymore. You just got to be like, shh. Don't say the D word. I pity your husband. Bitch, my husband's dead, Jorge. So what is there for you to pity? Don't come on my live. Don't come on my live. My husband's dead. What you got to say? What? Come on. What you got to say? Come on. Come on. Run my numbers up. Come on, bitch. I'll cuss you out on my live. You want to talk about my husband? My husband is dead. Who's the father of my 2 children? Jorge, where's your bitch at? Where's your wife at? My husband was a good man. My husband didn't put his hands on me and was a good man. What else you got to say? Where my husband at? Dead, bitch. I got married. You ain't never been on my channel. I wish you would bring up my late husband. He was a better man than you were, baby. I got 2 kids, bitch. Don't you ever in your fucking days in life come up here talking about my husband. My husband is dead. Thank you. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So yes, P. Diddy, he was dead. You would touch who, baby? Baby, you on my channel, so it's proof there. If you don't like it, leave. Why is he dead? My husband died of congestive heart failure. What are you talking about? My husband died of congestive heart failure. What are you talking about? Anything else to say? Are you a wife beater, Jorge? Where's your wife at? Did you beat her up? Let's talk about you. Do you need to go to therapy? Let's go, baby. Let's go. Y'all know, let's go. I ain't scared of y'all. Let's go. It's my channel. I say whatever I want to say. Yeah, his soul rest in peace, bitch. Why are you on my channel? My husband died of congestive heart failure at 29 years of age. I got 2 kids. I'm a widow. How the hell are you going to come on my channel and talk about God bless? How dare you say anything about God? When you come up here on my channel talking about something you don't even know anything to talk about, you going to talk about God bless? God bless who? You? God bless me? Yeah. You sound like a motherfucker. How you going to talk about God in the same sentence? What are you doing that's godly? Please, don't nobody bring up God when you're going to bring up my husband in the same sentence. I don't know, where's your wife at? Where's your videos at? Where's your YouTube channel at? Baby, talk about God. God don't even know you, honey. God don't know nothing about you when you come with that kind of energy. That ain't God-like. Get on out of here. How are you judging? How are you judging? You were on my channel. I'm talking about P. Diddy abusing a girl. What you saying has anything to do with the topic that we're talking about? Didn't you have the nerve to bring up my husband who is dead? So how are you anywhere with God? Everyone's stupid. How? You're not even making any sense. Everyone's stupid. That's a Christian thing to say? We're talking about Diddy and his apology. I'm not talking about God. I'm not talking about nobody's husband. I'm not talking about nobody's wife. We're talking about the subject on hand. I said, you're annoying. If you're annoyed, then why are you here, Jorge? Then bye. Bounce off my channel. Bye. But thank you for, I'm going to leave you here because you bring up my numbers. And drama brings viewers. So keep on. If you think I'm annoying, why are you here? Why you? And then you brought up something about my husband. You did not say I was annoying. You said, where's your husband at? So what, do I have to pull up the message and read it again? Let me go back. Let me go back and read it because apparently Jorge's stupid and he doesn't understand what he just said. You are so obnoxious and annoying. I pity your husband. That's what you said. You didn't say, oh, now you're like, all I said was you're annoying. That's all I said. No, you brought up a husband that you don't know shit about. And then you're going to bring up God. So you didn't just say I was annoying. I would take somebody saying I'm annoying, but you don't bring up something that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's why I'm angry. Because my husband is dead. So therefore, yeah. So clean it up. Because you did not just say, all I said was you're annoying. Now you're changing it, saying, why are you here? Again, why are you here? Would hate to be around you, honey. I had a husband. You don't even know. I would hate to be around you, Jorge, because you sound like an ignorant, judgmental person. If you don't like it, Lou, thank you, Gabrielle, bounce. Thank you. You sound foolish. Why would you get on a live and complain about somebody being annoying, but you're still here? Then have the nerve to talk about someone's dead husband. I wish the same shit on you, Jorge. Let's put that juju on you right now. I wish the same thing for you. So if you have a spouse, hopefully the same thing will happen to your spouse or your mother, because my mother is dead too. My mother-in-law, let's do a recap. Let's do a recap. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Let's do a recap because I'm here for it. Let's see. My husband's dead. My mother-in-law is dead a month ago. Who died of cancer. My mom died last year. What else? My husband's cat died around last year. Who else is dead in my family? A lot of people. So before you come on my live, all I am is talking about Puff Daddy. All I am is reading. How can I be annoying when I'm reading what's on the CNN website? All I am is reading. I didn't even get started yet. I'm reading. Right. But you're adding to my numbers. So come on. Come on and add to my numbers. You sound dumb. Obviously, you don't know how YouTube works. Again, I'm reading what's on CNN. You're annoying for reading what's on CNN. I literally got my computer right here. I'm reading what's on CNN. So apparently CNN is annoying. We're talking about somebody who apologized for beating up their girlfriend that's on tape. If Jorge, any person in here defending that, you're a wife beater. And we need to call the law. Because if anybody to come on here and defend that, you got problems. You got bigger issues than being on YouTube. So no, I don't care if anybody calls me anything, but you're not going to come up here and insult my dead husband. You're not going to do that. You're just not. You're not going to insult somebody who's dead, who can't be here to defend himself. And if you want to sit up here and try to backtrack it and be like, God bless, fuck you. God bless. Kiss my ass. Like, come on now. Kiss my ass. You ain't never been on my channel. You don't know nothing about me. So I tell people before you speak, you probably need to know a little bit about a person's life before you speak. Don't nobody come over here and speak on my mama, my husband, my mother-in-law, or nobody. I will go off on you. I got 2 kids who are at school whose grandmother just died. My mother-in-law just died, who are grieving the loss of their dad, their mother-in-law, and my mother. Don't come on my channel with that, man. You don't know shit about me at all. At all. All I am is reading CNN. And it's my channel, and I can do whatever the hell I want to. So yes, I will go off on you. Period. You have the nerve, and didn't have the nerve to be like, all I said was you're annoying. No, you said something about my fucking husband. That's why you will get this response, because my husband is dead, who can't defend himself. And my husband, if he was here, he would tell you, I love my wife. My wife is brilliant. You've never been on my channel. You're not a subscriber. I suggest, Jorge, you subscribe and figure out what I'm finna talk about. But I'm not going to sit up here and defend a wife beater like P. Diddy. I have family in the entertainment industry. You don't know that either. I have a cousin that worked with P. Diddy. You don't know that, apparently don't know that either. That's why I do these videos about entertainment, because I have family in the entertainment industry. If you watch my videos, you know that. So don't go there with me. And then talk about God. Don't even bring up God in the same sentence in your life. Because you don't know him. You don't know him. Because if you knew God, you wouldn't be on my channel talking reckless. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Combs issued a blanket denial of allegations. I apologize to the rest of y'all. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to let nobody talk about my husband. Never in their life. I've had men online talk about, well, you're single. I'm single, bitch, because my husband died. What else you need to know? And then this motherfucker Jorge talking about, well, how did your husband die? What the fuck? Like it's any of your fucking business how my husband died. But oh, he died slowly of congestive heart failure where he sat in a coma for 2 months. What else do you want to know? Why I grieved and sat there while he almost died 10 times in a hospital. What else do you want to know? He was 29 years old. He had born with congestive heart failure. He was in a coma. What else do you want to know? He died a slow, painful death. He went into a coma. He stopped breathing. And I had to take his ass off of life support. What else do you want to know? And Father's Day is coming up. You think I feel a little some way? You better be goddamn believe I did. Mother's Day just ended. I'm a mother, and Father's Day is finna come up. Don't go there with me. You think I feel some type of way? You better be goddamn right I feel some type of way. With Father's Day coming up, baby, please. And a man does not define me. My husband does not define me at all. But don't go there with me. I sat there and watched my husband die, and I had to pull the plug on my fucking husband. Boy, you better get your motherfucking man right. You better get your mind right. I'm like, don't go there with me, especially around Father's Day. Father's Day is coming up. It's a big deal in my household. Don't go there with me. You out of your emotional and mental, psychological depth with me. You don't know nothing about me. Back to what we're talking about. Y'all know I go off. Sorry, y'all. I apologize to everybody. I really do. But it will always be a touchy subject. Somebody asked me where my man is at. I'm like, dead. What else? Like that has any bearing on anything. like my husband knew the woman he married. Let's just put it that way. My husband knew the woman he married, and he loved the woman he married. He was like, I'm married to a black woman. My husband was like, I'm married to a black woman, an intelligent and attractive and a plucky ass black woman. Baby, you think I was bad? You should have known my husband. My husband would come on here and cuss you out and read you for filth. Baby, my husband was worse than, I was the nice one. My husband was the mean one. Anyway, I'm like, y'all think I'm bad? Shit, my husband's more opinionated than I am. I try to be nice about it. But my husband, baby. Anyway, Combs denied the allegations through his spokesman or spokespeople. He had claimed that the charges were lies. He suggested that the plaintiffs are motivated by financial gain and public notoriety. He vehemently denials were amplified by how he was a prominent entertainment figure and who had gone by various stage names. We know that. And Combs said that he went out and sought professional help. Remember, I told you he was going to say that. And to fix his issues. And let's see what else. And it said he said at that time he got going to therapy and rehab. He asked God for his mercy and grace. So I'm sorry, but I'm committed to being a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry. So apparently he's not asking for forgiveness. He's just truly sorry. So then the CNN article, and I'll put links to the CNN article online. They talk about the November lawsuit. I've done videos about the November lawsuit. I've done a recap of the lawsuit on my other channel, Nomadic Kitty. So y'all please subscribe to Nomadic Kitty. They talk about the surveillance video and their reaction video. So since he's apologized, some stars and people have come out. And 50 Cent is notorious. 50 Cent is my spirit animal. Like 50 Cent, I feel like we're related in some way because 50 Cent will be saying things that I'll be like, yes, 50. Because 50 don't care. He's hated on Sean Puff Daddy Combs for years. 50 Cent posted the hotel video. 50 Cent came out and said that that the apology was basically not good enough, that who was advising him, and then 50 Cent, I think he added his PR team or his management saying that it was not a good look for him to, I think I agree with 50 Cent. I think it was better for Diddy just to not to say anything. I don't maybe he should have issued a written statement, but maybe his team advised him to come out and do a video on Instagram. But I don't know. I don't know. I think he's damned if he do and damned if he don't. What do y'all think? I think no matter what he would have said, I think that still it doesn't look good. Video statement through his lawyer. I still think it looks a little hollow. Like I don't think it looks good. So I don't think that to me there's nothing really he can really say, because again when the allegations came out he should have just came clean. Like he should have just said, look, okay, back in the day this is what happened. This I was an alcoholic. Maybe he should have said he was on some type of drug. Like being a PR person, and a person who's been in media, like that's what I mean. I don't know what his PR team told him to say or not say, and whether and it's up to the artist or whoever to take their advice or not. But I just he paid $50,000 for the hallway footage. So at some point he knew what he was doing was wrong. You don't pay $50,000 for hallway footage and you just think that you're that it's not going to ruin your career when it got out. So he knew on some level what he did was wrong. He knew on some level, well, I can't say some level, a lot of level, that that it would be something that would possibly end his career. That you're not going to pay $50,000 because you think everything's fine, like, or there's some excuse for it. There's some excuse or something for it. There's not. There's no excuse what Diddy did. There's no excuse for it. None. No excuse for it. Again, as somebody who has never been snatched up or drug up, who have heard from plenty of women online and offline who had to watch the video, and it's triggering for me, and I feel bad for all the people out there who were snatched up, for the women who have experienced a man putting their hands on them, or if you're a woman, you experience another woman put their hands on them. I had a friend that is bisexual that was in a domestic situation with a gay woman, and that gay woman physically attacked her, beat her. Like this woman was, I mean, she roughed her up, real bad. And so it can happen to anything. I mean, I know gay men who've been through domestic situations. I know people who are children who were assaulted by their parents, and they watched that and they was like, yeah, my mama and my daddy used to snatch me up like that when I was a little bitty kid and drag me, So it's not just a domestic situation with a boyfriend or a girlfriend, a lover, but it's also parents. A lot of people who were abused as kids watched that video and was horrified I was horrified by that video, because again, I have never in my life, I wasn't snatched up as a kid. Like I got 2 whoopings when my grandmama gave me 2 whoopings when I was a kid, just 2 with a switch, and then remember, I don't know, some of y'all old school people, but for those of us who are old school, back in the day when you do wrong, I mean, my grandma used to maybe go pick out the switch. She made me go to the tree and get the switch. Did y'all mama, grandma make y'all go to the tree and get your own switch? That is so much a psychological thing. That was worse than me getting hit with the switch. I had to go to this tree. We had this tree. I don't know what kind of tree it was, but it had like these thin, like little branches. It was like a bush. I don't know what kind of tree. I wish I could go back and know what kind of tree it was. But I had to go get a switch off the tree. Like my grandma would be like, go get a switch. I said, what? I was like 5 years old. I was like, I'm not gonna get a switch. Like, are you crazy? Like, I looked at my grandma like she lost her mind. I'm like, what? Yeah, go on the tree and go get a switch so I can hit your behind with it. Baby, it only take me 2 times to get hit with a switch. And my grandmother, it was, like I said, it was a thin switch, but it stung real bad. And so I had to pull my pants down and she hit me with a switch when I was a kid. And it wasn't anything. My grandmother wasn't trying to hurt me. She was just trying to scare me. After me getting hit with a switch twice, I was done. Like I never got any spankings or whoopings or beatings. My grandmother didn't really believe in that. I don't whoop my kids. Now my daughter I've had to when she was younger. I mean, but it ain't like a beating. I didn't use a switch. I didn't, a belt or something. Like that's a whole nother level. But when I was a kid, I got switched twice, and that was enough for me. Like I was like, you know what? We done with this. And so I was a well-behaved child. Like I was a well-behaved child. And like I said, my grandmother didn't really believe in that. But I know people who were snatched up by their parents, punched in the face, like, all kinds of things. And that's and a lot of times with parents, that's a learned behavior. That's how they were raised. But when it comes to a domestic issue where you're talking about like somebody you're in love with, that person's not your child. That person's not your subordinate. I mean, ideally, whooping your child is one thing, but whooping another grown person that you have picked to be in your life, you're not raising this person. You've chosen to be with this person, and you put your hands on them. To me, hitting a child is heinous, but hitting somebody that you chose to be with, that's something that I need to understand. That's something I'm gonna need to watch some videos about the mind of an abuser and people who are abusive, because there's different levels to this. There's physical, there's mental, there's emotional. These people are crazy. Like there's something wrong with you. Like I don't understand it. Like Jorge that came in my comment trying to talk shit. Again, it's a form of bullying. It's a form of abuse. Like, if I get on someone's live and I hear something or somebody says something I don't like, guess what? Boop, I'm exiting out and I'm moving on. So no, nobody's gonna bully me or demean me in my own live on my own channel. Like this is not CNN. This is not the news. I'm not objectionable. I'm not a reporter. I'm not, I'm not like sitting behind the desk reading a teleprompter. To me, my own channel is my safe space. So you don't get the right to come on my channel and say whatever you want to say. Bitch, this it's America out there, or whatever country, whatever effing third world country you're at, that's that over here. But in here, this is Kiki's world. So I run this. This is not like I get to say whatever I want to say because I'm on YouTube. This is my channel. You don't get to come in here and bully me and say anything that you want to me. No, that don't happen. Like that don't happen. If you want to have an opinion, you can go offline and go. The fact is that people want to be in your space, in your personal, private, whatever space, and then people want to be like, oh, I just want to say whatever I want to say. That is the same attitude that you will deal with in a partner, because just because the person is your partner, it doesn't mean that they get to disrespect you. It doesn't mean they get to be like, call you out your name. No, that's not that doesn't happen. Again, I told in my other video about my experience when I was younger and how I deal with somebody that was verbally and emotionally controlling, and somebody who I spent 3 years on and off with. This person didn't put their hands on me, but emotional and mental abuse and controlling. He was a very controlling person. He's very jealous, very controlling. He had a temper, but he tried to control what I wear, what I did. He would be like, you're stupid, and just all kinds of things whenever he got mad. And what he got mad at, it's just no telling. He could be drinking, he could be on some kind of substance, he could be in a bad mood, he could be mad at his parents. Whatever it was, I was the outlet for his frustrations. That he just felt like, so I don't deal with nobody, from that point on. 3.5 years back and forth with this person, I don't let anybody talk to me anyway, because I dealt with that person who called me fat, who called me stupid. Don't nobody gonna be with you besides me. You better be glad I put up with you. I don't put up after that experience. The best thing I can say for that experience, it taught me a lesson. Oh no, Miss Kiki I ain't dealing with that. I've dumped men for less. I had one dude want to call me out my name. Well, bitch, you better get your bass out of your voice talking to me. Like, who are you talking to? I know you're not talking. I told y'all the story that dude called me a B, and I picked up something. I was ready to hit him with a rock. Like, it was so automatic that my friend called my hand and she's like, girl, no, like, you gonna go to jail. And then I dumped him. I don't deal with anybody calling me any kind of names or belittling me or nothing like that. That is a soft spot for me, because I'm like, who are you? You don't have the right to demean another person. Even me, you don't have the right to get at somebody and be like, well, I don't approach people like that. I don't go to work. But then again, in our lives, where we work, where we live, even in our own families, we have to deal with people like this. And people like this, it's bullying, it's abusive, but it's the same thing. It is exactly the same thing. It's the same thing. These people Again, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not an expert, but there are people out there that have a mentality that they want to do you like they want to do you, and they want to talk to you the way they want to talk to you, and you're supposed to just stand there and take it. I tell anybody watching this video, no, you don't. You shouldn't. There are people out there that will convince you that it's okay, that this is normal. This is how, especially being a woman, this is how men treat women. And this is no, they don't. I'm telling Kiki, I was married. I've been in relationships. I was married. My husband wasn't there. My husband would never in his life put his hands on me, jump on me, get in my face, yell at me. My husband never even yelled at me. I've yelled at my husband. I've gotten exasperated with him. I had to calm myself down because, I can kind of have a temper, but I've never disrespected any dude that I've ever been with. I've never called them out their name. I've never been like, you MFer, you piece of ass, I've never talked to I don't talk to my kids like that. I know people who talk to their children like that. And I tell people, even if it's your own mama, I told people my own mama don't talk to me like that. My mom, maybe she rest in peace. My own mama don't talk to me like that. My own mama don't come at me and disrespect me and be like, B, you a H. I know people, I've been around people where their own mama would get drunk and get mad and call them awful names that I had to step out the house because I was like, dude, I'm finna get with your mama. Because I'm the type of person that will jump in and be like, why are you talking to my friend like that? Like, I don't care if it's the person's mama or not. Like, I am the type of person, I feel like a need to defend people. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand how it feels to be in a relationship talked like that. And the 3.5 years back and forth that I went through was enough for me. I couldn't imagine a whole lifetime of y'all people out there being treated like this. I cannot imagine people with me in 10, 15, 20 years and they have been treated like this. So get out. I tell people, get out. Like, don't do it. Don't do it. Like, it breaks my heart to think that there are women out there right now that are being and she just crumpled to the ground. Cassie crumpled to the damn ground. When the natural reaction of a human being is to fight. Somebody snatch me up. Somebody try to snatch my wig off. Baby, we finna tussle. But the idea that she crumpled to the ground, it means that she has been beaten like that before. That's what that means. When you kick somebody and they just lay on the ground in a fetal position, they just lay there, then that means that they've been treated like that before. Because that's a whole psychology behind that. Because the human being's natural reaction is fight or flight. If somebody hits you, you're going to get stunned at first. And then somebody pull you again, your natural reaction is to stop that person, to grab them. That's just a human reaction. If some stranger comes here and tries to assault you, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be stunned. But your instincts will kick in. And 9 times out of 10, you're going to be trying to fight for your life. Rarely anybody's going to sit there and be choked and you're just going to let somebody choke you and you're just going to sit there. You're going to claw at that person's hand because that's just your body's natural instinct of survival. For somebody to get hit like the way she got snatched up and her to lay on the ground, that means that her instincts to survive has been drummed out of her. That means that she is so mentally messed up in the head, psychologically, that this man can do her anyway, and she's just going to fall to the ground and curl up in a ball and probably cried and screamed and probably, because that's what she's used to. Because when a person, just like a human being and like an animal, when you kick them enough, they stop trying to bite you. They realize that biting is futile. So when he first probably put his hands on her, she probably fought back. She probably got mad. But then after being with somebody for so long and you're getting punched in the face and getting punched in the face, you just learn to take it. And I've heard this from, like I said, I've heard this from other abuse victims, that they would just take it. That they would just lay there. And that breaks my heart, y'all. Like that I don't want no person or animal to be kicked on and to be abused and made to feel like they worthless. So the Diddy video, I didn't think it was that bad, but it hit me really, really hard because I'm a real compassionate person. Like I said, people who know me understand that I'm a bleeding heart liberal, that I am always like, okay, these homeless people, I'm trying to help the homeless. These people over here, I'm trying to help them. I've spent a lot of my time, energy, and money to helping causes, to helping homeless. Like right now, my thing is the unhoused. Like I help, like when I used to live in my old city before we moved, me and the kids, there's an organization that I work with in this city where they would help with the unhoused. We would go out and we'd pass out water. We would provide them, with shelter services. There's not enough shelters in this particular city. I'll say the city, Denton, Texas. If you look up Denton, Texas, and if you look up the homeless population and homeless problem in Denton, you will see pictures, you will see articles about there's not homeless shelters in Denton. Denton is like a suburb. It's not Dallas. And so, helping people, that's what I do. Like, helping, now it's homeless people. I've worked for animal shelters. I've worked for all kinds of things. I've worked with teens and kids and animals is my biggest thing. Now, I've worked with a lot of teen organizations and stuff. I've seen teenagers who were, physically or mentally assaulted. And so it's sad. The idea that people are living out there right now, that as we speak, a woman is being assaulted and abused as we speak. I forgot what the statistics was, but I don't accept Diddy's apology. Y'all can accept Diddy's apology. What do y'all think? Do y'all accept Diddy's apology? I don't. I'm not a forgiving person. Like, I'm not a Christian, so that shit don't apply to me. I'm just like, okay, y'all, if you believe in your God, I'm not knocking nobody. That's your belief system. That's on you. I spent many years as a Jehovah's Witness, so y'all know I come up and tell y'all straight up that there's no higher. I'm not believing in a higher power. So many people do. And speaking of a higher power, Kelly Price got in trouble. Now I know who Kelly Price is. Like, I know she's a singer. She's a big singer back in the like 80s and 90s. She's also a big gospel person and the gospel singer. Y'all probably know more about Kelly Price than I do. I don't follow her on social media, but she made news because I think after the Diddy apology, she came out and said something about God and forgiveness, something lame. She said something like that. So people jumped all over Kelly Price because they were like, oh my God, because it kind of sounded like she was defending it. But I read what she said and I kind of read between the lines, but it's the internet. So people are going to jump all over shit without having any sense of common sense. So I kind of understood what she's saying. I'm not trying to defend Kelly Price, but I kind of understood what she was saying. But then again, she had to come out and clarify a few times because people was on her I guess Twitter or Instagram, I don't know, page slamming her, saying that what she kind of sounded like, she was kind of backpedaling and being a cheer, like they said that she was kind of cheerleading for Diddy, like she was kind of cheering him on. I didn't take it as that way, but y'all can go and read her comments. I didn't take it that way, that she was cheerleading for Diddy. I just took it as she was trying to be nice and and trying to just, I guess offer some words of encouragement. I like I said, I didn't take that she was trying to cheer Diddy on, but people took it that way, and she had to come out and clarify. Then Camron did an interview on CNN, and I saw the interview, and it was a hot mess. He did an interview, and he looked like he was drunk or high or something. And then they were asking him questions. The interview was Abby Phillips was asking him about asking Camron about Diddy, and he was like, I don't really know him that well. And then they showed, clips of him with Mace and talking about Diddy. The idea that Camron didn't know Diddy, he doesn't know Diddy that well. I can almost tell you that he's done stunts throughout the years, all kinds of weird stuff. Camron to me is a weirdo. This is my opinion. But the idea that he was like, oh, I barely know Diddy. Da, 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 da. Okay, Camron, we're gonna let him say that I barely know Diddy. I didn't really hang out with him. Mace knows him better than I do. Mace may know Diddy better and work with him, but the idea that Camron, like, he barely knows Diddy, like he didn't party with Diddy, like he hasn't been on camera at talking about Diddy and big up in Diddy and collaborate. I mean, come on now. Like, I'm not saying that he no Diddy like they best friends, but he tried to distance himself like he barely even knew who Diddy was. I'm like, baby, please. He didn't hung around enough people in enough the same circles that Diddy have. And when I say same circles, I mean like entertainers. I don't know about them other circles that Diddy's run around, but as entertainers, he very familiar with Diddy. So, he was trying to distance himself. Then he was on there drinking some drink, and then he was Cameron, that whole, y'all, if you haven't watched the Camron interview, I'm sure that Camron is full gone. That's my opinion. I think I'm like, the elevator don't seem to go all the way to the top with that one, or maybe he just I don't know. I don't know. That's my opinion. Maybe you sniff too much coke. I don't know. I don't know what's. Like I said, these are just my opinions. I don't know the man, but I'm just saying the way he was acting was real off kilter. So I was like, I don't know. But he was like, I don't understand why I didn't come on here to talk about Diddy. What else? Why would your agency in his agency book the interview on CNN? And when you get booked on the interview, 9 times out of 10, you damn well know what you're coming on interview for. Camron, why else would anybody invite Camron on CNN? Why would you invite a rapper with everything that's going on with the Diddy and the video and apology? Why would you invite a rapper on CNN or MSN or Fox or whatever? You damn well know what you're there for. Your agency, you may not have paid attention, but I'm sure his agent, his manager, someone told him what the interview was going to be about. He knew damn well that they were going to ask him about Diddy. And then for him to get up there and be like, I don't even know why I did this interview. I don't want to. What else are we going to talk about? Your non-existent rap career? The last time you came out with a song was 2018? I mean, sir, why do you think you're on here? You're here to talk about Diddy. So for him to get up there and act like he didn't know why he was there, and then he talking about, then he cut the interview short and like did some bullshit. And you mean to tell me your people didn't tell you what you was on CNN for? It sure in the hell wouldn't be to hawk his pink drink or pink horsepower or whatever it is that's supposed to be like a Viagra or something that Camron had. Dude, why do you think you on here? Nobody's gonna invite you on CNN to talk about your fake ass Viagra. I mean, that was just dumb. Like, he made himself look stupid, and then poor Abby Phillips was sitting there looking like the look on her face was hilarious. Like, you have to see the interview. It is hilarious, but it was uncomfortable. It was weird. I was like, why? So other celebrities have commented on the apology. Some people have not said anything. So I just got to say to all the people who was defending Diddy and was like, Diddy did this and Diddy did that and Diddy, Diddy, all the people who was doing all of that, and now they are not, So I don't understand. I don't understand. They're just silent. And to me, back at what I said before in my last video, why do other celebrities want to defend other celebrities? I give them a side eye. If you are a celebrity, I'm putting people on notice right now. If you're a celebrity and it gets put out there that a celebrity is indicted or they've done some dirt and people are quick to defend that person without getting all the evidence, without all the stuff coming out, but you just run to defend that person, I'm going to think you're part of the cabal too. I'm going to think you're part of it, or you're doing the same thing. The same thing with regular people. For the regular people that come out here and defend these celebrities like they can't do no wrong, and before the evidence even come out, before everything really came out, like people were defending P. Diddy before like all of this happened, before Cassie came with the thing in November, even when the allegations started over a year ago. This is when these allegations started, over a year ago. People were defending Diddy. But I'm like, how are you going to defend somebody when you don't even know what came out? Why can't y'all stay neutral? Why can't y'all just sit back and be like, well, I don't know. We're just going to see what happened. Why is it that people can't stay neutral? Why are people like, well, I don't know. I got to see the evidence. I have to see what. People can't do that. People got to come out and be like, Diddy, he's for the community, Diddy. Like, what? And then months later or a year later, they're like, you have no credibility. If you defended Diddy and R. Kelly, you have no credibility to me. Or you out doing the same shit that they was doing. And you quick to defend it. Because wait for the evidence to come out before you jump on a bandwagon. Either way, whether you're quick to defend Diddy or quick to condemn Diddy, I was like, can we at least wait until shit come out? Can we stay at least a little bit objectionable? Maybe it's because I'm a journalism degree. Maybe I learned to be like, don't step especially if you're a public persona. Now, if you're average, everyday person, that's fine. But if you're a content creator, you're a public persona, you're a rich and famous person, you're a business person, when things come out about people, it would be wise. It would be the adult thing to do to wait till the evidence come out first before you offer an opinion. If you go on an interview and somebody's like, what do you think about this? You can say, I don't know if the charges sound really serious, but I'm going to wait till the evidence come out before offering an opinion, and we'll see, but if it is true, I don't agree with it, but I don't know if it's true or not. And it's just, we just have to see how the investigation is going to go. How hard is it for people to say that? How hard, y'all? Why can't people just say that? Why can't people just be like, I don't know. Why is it in our day and age of social media, people got to be like, I got an opinion. I got an opinion. Wait a minute. The evidence ain't came out, but yeah, they're guilty. They did it. And it's like, oh, okay. But ain't no evidence really came out. Like, you might need to give it a couple of days. When I did my Diddy video, I presented the facts. I presented the allegations. I read the allegations. I read y'all the CNN articles. I read what was said. I talked about the Cassie settlement and everything like that. I talk about my cousin who knew Diddy, who worked with him behind the scenes, what he said about Diddy, he didn't think Diddy was gay. Diddy never tried to hit on him. He said Diddy would like to party a lot. He could be a real fun guy. And that's what he knew. He'd never been around Diddy, when he was, like drinking or in any substances, that he hung around Diddy. And he was a fun guy. Like, a lot of people knew him as somebody who really liked to party, that he would have had a reputation for having these wild parties. These wild, wild parties. And people had the choice whether to partake in these wild parties or not. But my cousin said he never experienced, Diddy, but he'd never been around him and another female or a woman that he was dating or anything like that. He never been around Cassie and Diddy. He'd been to a few Diddy parties and it would be popping. But he said he never, Diddy had a reputation of being somebody that was fun, that if you knew him and he stayed on his good side, that he was pretty fun. He was a pretty fun guy to hang around with. I don't know how they, like I said, this was a guy cousin. So maybe, dating Diddy is different. There are a lot of men out there and a lot of women out there that if you're friends with them, you're related to them. They're fun. I know plenty of people like this, but you don't want to be in a relationship with them. Like I said, my ex was fun. My ex was the kind of guy that would give you the shirt off his back. He took care of his family, took care of his little brothers and sisters. He was good to his parents. He wasn't disrespectful to his parents. His friends, they knew him as cool. He would, keep secrets. He wouldn't snitch on nobody. But my ex, to be in a relationship with him, was a whole nother person. That was a whole nother person. So some people are just horrible people, period, to everybody. And they get a reputation like, oh, this person is horrible to the men that they're with, the women that they're with, their mamas, their daddies, their children. They treat their children. But there are some people who treat their kids really good, that treat their friends really good. But then when it comes to their wife or their girlfriend, they whooping their ass every day. I know people who's experienced this, and they can tell you that this man treats them like dirt, and then they go to work and everybody loves them. Because people can change their mask. They mask on and mask off. A lot of people can change their personality just depending on who they're dealing with. It's crazy. It's crazy. I just feel like if you're that angry with somebody, you're dating somebody, and they make you that angry, why would you want to be with them? Why would you want to be with somebody that angry that you got to snatch them up? And you don't have, this person's not your child, your mama, your sister. You're not related to this person. He could have easily dumped Cassie and let her go on about her way. But it's about control. It's about control. It's some weird notion of I'm going to control you. You're not going to leave you. And like I said, I've experienced that level of somebody trying to control me. And again, I don't condone anybody being in that situation at all. But I can understand the mind of a victim, because an abuser beats you down, like I said in my last video up here. They make you feel so low. They make you feel like you're not going to find anybody else other than this person, that no one's going to want to be with you besides this person. They make you feel like you're trapped and you can't get away from this person. When you leave, they're blowing. When I would leave my ex, he would blow my phone up. He would call me all day, all night. He wouldn't leave me alone. I'm like, okay, if I'm this person, I'm a slut, I'm a hoe, I'm fat, I'm ugly. If I'm leaving you, why are you blowing my phone up talking about, bitch, you better pick up the phone? Leaving voicemails. This is back in the day before cell phones. He's leaving voicemails like, pick up. Why are you not picking up the phone? Like, all day long, this person was blowing my phone up when the many times that I broke up with him. So if I'm all of this and you don't want to be with me, why are you blowing up my phone? And I don't get in. Like I said, I can't get inside the mind of somebody who does this because it's something that's so psychologically twisted that I can't understand. Being a victim, I understand why people stay, but I can't understand why an abuser keeps abusing. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wrap my head around that because I'm the type of person. If you make me angry, I'm gonna break up with you. I've been with plenty of men I don't get along with. We've argued, we fussed, we fought. I mean, not physically fought, but just bickered back and forth. We've gotten to knock down, drag out arguments, hung up on each other. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be with you either. F you, F you. You know, like we've all been through relationships where y'all just don't get along. And so you break up. I've broken up and moved on from many a men because we don't get along. They're like, we don't mesh. We stop meshing. Like, we may have meshed in the beginning, but we stopped. So in that situation, I don't court toxic relationships. I'll tell everybody I had a toxic relationship for 3.5 years, from the time I was 18 to the time I was 21. That was enough for me. That was enough. I was done. Once I hit 21 and I dated subsequent people and I've been married, I have never had a relationship where a man has gotten angry at me, has shoved me, pushed me. That has never happened. And I've never had a relationship since my ex where a man has talked shit to me. I've had friends. They used to call me love them and leave them. These people used to call me love them and leave them. I had a reputation for breaking up with dudes like that. I'll be with somebody and then people like, where that one dude you was at? Oh, they gone. Because everybody know I had a zero tolerance for madness. And then people will try to convince you that you shouldn't, but I'm thoroughly convinced that I should. And I'm thoroughly convinced that you should have a zero tolerance as well. My listeners, my viewers, you should have a zero tolerance as well. Don't let people tell you that that's just how a man is, and you got to put up with it, and you got to compromise. I'm not compromising my sanity. I'm not compromising my body. I'm not compromising my children. I'm not compromising my self-respect for no man or no person. I don't have toxic friendships. You understand why I don't have a lot of friends? Because I've had friends steal from me. I've had friends talk shit to me. I've had friends talk about me behind my back. I've had friends try to sabotage me. Guess what? They're gone. The moment you start do, I know people out there that got frenemies and y'all think that's cute, and y'all kiki and y'all think that's cute. It's not cute. I want loyal friends. I don't want friends that behind my back talking about, ooh, Kiki. Blah. I don't talk about people behind their back. I talk about people to their face. If I've got a problem with you, I'm gonna come to you as an adult and be like, I got a problem. I've had friends talk about me behind my back. They're not friends anymore. People like, but people make mistakes. Okay, well, they can make a mistake over there. I have a zero tolerance for that. I don't deal with people trying to tear me down, trying to sabotage me. I've had friends try to steal from me. We're not friends anymore. I can't trust you trying to steal from me. I've had all kinds of friends throughout my life. I'm old. I'm an old lady, y'all. I'm old. I'm an old lady. Look at here, old lady. So my kids say, look at here, old lady. No, my kids are like, oh, mommy, you're still so young. I'm almost 50 years old, y'all. My birthday will be next month. Yay, June. Woo woo. My birthday's next month, y'all. So I'm telling people, I've lived a lot of life. I've lived almost 50 years on this planet. And I've experienced a lot of what P. Diddy would say, bitch assness. And I don't put up with it. And a lot of people are taught that you just have to put up with it. Even if it's your family. Y'all think I put up with family doing me dirty? Baby, you get written out the will. When I leave this earth, my kids and 3 of my cousins and my sister-in-law are on the wheel. That's it. All the rest of my family, I have brothers. I have 2 brothers. I have other family members. Baby, you're not getting my money. You think you finna get my money? Oh, no. Because again, they've done things that's just foul. And I don't deal with foul. And I tell people to have a zero tolerance for how people treat you. Even if they family. Especially if they family. Because family will try you. Because family will try to do dirt to you and be like, well, we family. So you just got to deal with it. You can't pick your family, right? Yeah, I can. I can pick to bounce your ass up out of here. You're not allowed in my house. I have family members not allowed in my house. I don't want that person in my house. Why? They don't crack. They a thief. They on crack. I have family members that are on drugs. I have family members that are gangbangers. I have family members that have been in prison. Do y'all know? Understand? I'm from the streets. I'm from the streets. Please don't let this fool you. Cause sometimes I come on here and I talk to y'all in hush tones, and I'm like, "Hey y'all, it's me, Kiki." Please don't let that ever fool you. At the end of the day, I'm a hood bitch. Y'all, you rewind the front of this video, you will see hood bitch Kiki. That's hood bitch Kiki coming out. Baby, I tell people, don't get it twisted. I got to go to work and be professional and talk to people. Hey, how you doing? Hi, my name is Kiki. How are you? I work in accounting. I'm an executive. La, la, la. Okay. I play the corporate game. But baby, don't you ever get it twisted. If you rub me the wrong way, I come out here like AOC talking about baby girl. The hair will start to moving. The braids will start to flying. Girl, I'm a hood chick at the end of the day. All day, every day, all day, every day. I know where I'm from. I know me, and I know where I'm from. So I tell people, don't let the house and the cars fool you, and be like, hey, yeah, girl, hey, And I can sit here and get on here and talk about politics and religion, and global mass destruction and genocides, and the industrial prison complex, and I can talk about racism and politics. But then if you rub me the wrong way, then I'll be like, yeah, we got to figure this out. Us as black people, we got to come to bed. And then somebody will say something, I'll be like, what? And then somebody say something, I'll be like, what? I'll be like, girl, I know you didn't go to this. And then you'll see a whole other side of me that will emerge. And you be like, oh my God. Like, yeah, the whole Detroit Kiki was show. Baby, I'm from Detroit. I was raised in the hood. I was raised a poor girl from Detroit, baby. I was raised in the MF and danger zone. Do y'all hear me? I was raised in the projects. So, I didn't came a long way. But so I don't let anyone try to belittle it. And again, y'all shouldn't either. I tell y'all this, y'all shouldn't either. Just because somebody says that they love you and they care about you, their actions show better than words. Cassie, I don't know who Cassie People is. I got to do some research on Cassie's family and come back and do a video, because when I got on my family's Facebook, we have a family Facebook. On my family Facebook, they put a message. They was like, my cousin said, if anybody out there is getting Cassied, you need to just send a private message to the family Facebook group. You need to send an SOS, because all of my family is like, who is Cassie's people? Because it couldn't be, I'm gonna tell you right now, they couldn't be a Bates. They couldn't be from my family, from my mama's side of the family, the Bates. Oh no, baby. They couldn't be that. They put a video out, they put a message in the video out on because my family, we have a Facebook group. And they were like, if anybody's out there getting Cassie, like my cousin had me laughing. He like, if anybody out there getting Cassie, if you are experiencing what I saw in that video, you need to send a message to the family. Because my cousin said, best believe it be handled. Best believe it will be handled quickly in my family. There is no way in hell any woman in my family would have got done like Cassie would have done. It better be done in the dark. Because if my family even got a whiff that somebody was beating up any one of the women or men in my family would be on them so quick, it would be scary. So I don't know the situation with Cassie and her family. I don't know. I got to do some research. But I find it highly disturbing that this girl was in the entertainment industry at 16, 17 years of age, being preyed upon by these men. And I'm like, Cassie has a mom and a dad. And I'm like, where is your people at? Because they had to have known what she was going through. Somebody told, I don't believe that for 1 second that she was with this man for 13 years and they didn't know what was going on. And I'm sure they may have tried, because, you can't control another person. There are people that I know that have been manhandled, that have been in horrible, terrible relationships. You tell them to get out and they don't get out. But I'm like, Cassie, where was your people? And I know Diddy is not a normal person. You're dealing with somebody very powerful. So it's not like her dad could just show up at Diddy's house with some brothers and be ready to F Diddy up right there. But I hope Cassie is getting the help that she needs. Cassie is now married. She has a daughter now. I hope to God that she is happy. I hope to God that she got a man. I saw her husband. He's looking good, baby. That was a good looking man. I hope to God that she got somebody that treats her good, because a lot of times when people get abused, they go to another relationship where they get abused and they go to another relationship. So I hope to God that the man that she is with is not hurting her, and that she's loved and cared for the right way, and that she ride off into the sunset, and that 20, 30 years from now, when she look back and she's had children or a child, that she will look back and put all of this behind her. And I'm sure she's in lots and lots of therapy, because being done the way that she was described in the affidavit, and I read the affidavit, it's going to take a lifetime worth of therapy to get over that. I mean, and then the shame and the guilt of it, and then having everybody in the world watch this video. And then you got to hold your head up high. You had to deal with people trying to drag. Everybody owes people. They should apologize to Cassie for calling her a gold digger, telling she wanted attention. This lady had moved. She had moved on with her life and got a baby, and she moved on with her life. But I guess she probably felt like, everything that I've been through, I need money for therapy. Therapy ain't cheap, and I'm sure she probably got like several therapists after all the things that she's been through, and all the things you've been through to be able to be functional in a new relationship. That takes time and that takes therapy. And then when you have children, like, y'all think that you don't get your ass whooped and it doesn't affect how you be as a parent. If y'all think that, you're dumb. I know people who had abusive relationships, and then when they had kids, and they would have flashbacks and things would manifest even when they had children or in their next relationships. I had people that went from being with this really horrible guy to this really, 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 really nice guy that treated them good, and they didn't even know what to do, because they've been in toxic relationship after toxic relationship, and they have been done so dirty that when they finally met somebody that treat them good, they didn't know how to handle it. I tell you the story all the time about my ex. We were together for 5 years, and my ex had toxic relationship after toxic relationship. That every chick he was with was toxic. So when he got with me, who was normal and not toxic and not crazy, he didn't know how to treat me. He didn't know what to do. He was like, because he was so used to women talking shit to him. He was so used to his ex throwing things at them. He was so used to his ex. He had to lock himself in a closet one time. He had to barricade the door because his ex would be trying to beat down the door. Like, his ex had so much crazy, wild behavior. They were together for 8 years. So when he got with me and we get into arguments, and I'm not trying to punch him or push him or lock him in a closet, like, I wasn't trying to do none of that. I'm like, I had to remind my ex all the time, I'm not trying to hurt you. Like, I would say things and it would just be jokes, and he would like fly off the handle because it was unhealed trauma. I said something to him. I'm like, come on, man, get out there. And I was trying to get him to go do something. I'm like, and one time I said to him, I said, come on, man up, come on. And he looked at me, and he turned and looked at me, and he got so angry. And I'm like, what did I say? Because his ex used to call him a punk, used to say he wasn't a real man. And so when I said, just jokingly, come on, man up, come on, I'm like, are you a man or not? His ex used to bring him down all the time by questioning his manhood and saying that he was soft, and so for me to say that triggered something in him, and he got angry at me, and I didn't know what was going on because it was unhealed trauma. And I'm like, why are you mad at me? I said, I was just playing. I was like, what is happening? I said, but honey, I'm just like, I'm not here to hurt you. Like, he was so used to being with somebody that would say things to hurt him, that things that I would say like out of jest, I had to like kind of like realize, like, okay, I can't say certain things because he's touchy about that. Like, I can't, bring up certain subjects because he was touchy about that. It was unhealed trauma. And so my ex, instead of him, he should have healed from his trauma from his past relationship before getting in a relationship with me. I suffered because I dealt with somebody who was in toxic, traumatic relationships. So I am the unintended victim of the trauma that my ex felt as a child from his mother and father, and also the trauma that he had experienced from his baby mama and his ex-girlfriends. Like, they were all toxic, crazy, volatile women. I am the unintended victim. There are so many victims when you deal with dysfunctional relationships, trauma, and abuse. There's so many victims. And people don't understand that when we get into relationships with these people that have unresolved issues, that it bleeds into their new relationships. And it's unfair. It's unfair to them. It was unfair to me. Sometimes it's unfair to your kids, it's unfair to everybody. So I tell people, if you're in a bad domestic relationship, whether it be with your parents or your partner, get help before you go into a relationship. So many people jump from relationship to relationship, and I tell people, I didn't understand it. I used to jump from relationship in my 20s before it became a disaster. Like I said, I started dating dudes who were incarcerated, who were in jail, drug dealers. That was my thing. After me and my ex broke up when I was 21, I started dating a bunch of dudes that wasn't about nothing. My exes, a lot of them are in prison, been in prison. I dated a bunch of bad boys and stuff like that because I didn't really sit down and deal with the trauma of having. I didn't think I was traumatized. A lot of times people don't know that they're traumatized. A lot of times people think you'll be okay, especially in the Black community where getting help and therapy is so stigmatized that people are like, oh, you just need to get over it. It took me a long time. It took me when I was 26, 27 years old, when me and my husband started dating, that I started to go to therapy about what had happened in my relationship when I was 18, 19, 20 years old. Like when I got with my soon to be late husband, I realized there were certain things that I felt like I couldn't really love somebody, and I felt like my late husband really wanted to love me. I had to make myself more lovable. I had put up such a hardened exterior in my life because I've been treated so badly, not just by my crazy ex when I was 19, but then other dudes I've been with that were all dysfunctional. So I had to ascertain, like, why do I keep choosing these dysfunctional dudes? I had to go get help because I was like, I finally found a good man and I'm trying not to ruin it. I was this close to fucking it up, y'all. I treated my late husband when we first got together with I at arm's length. Like we were cool, we dated, but he was really into me. My late husband loved me and saw things in me that I didn't see in myself. My late husband be like, "You're the most brilliant person I've ever known. You care about people. I want to be with you." And I would just look at him like, "Why would you want to be with me?" Because I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't see myself as being worthy. Like, why would this person want to take care of me and be with me and treat me good? Why? Everybody else I've been with has been hood, in and out of jail, cheated on me. Why would this person be any different? So it was a skepticism with my late husband. My late husband always was trying to just convince me. He's like, why won't you let me love you? Why won't you let me love you? It was always like that. I'm going to tell y'all something because I love y'all. Y'all know the movie Wally? That was me and my husband movie. I was Eve. Like he was Wally. My husband was Wally all the way. Like we would watch that movie and they'd be like, that's you and John. That was Kiki and John. My husband was Wally and I was Eve. You know how Eve was the sleek, fancy robot and Eve was always about to shoot somebody. Remember she always had her little arm out? If y'all seen Wally, y'all have to see Wally, the Disney Pixar movie, the kids movie. We would watch that movie over and over again and laugh because he was Wally and I was Eve. And Wally was so sweet. And Wally had like a little pet roach. And Wally was always, his little eyes were always cute. And then here was Eve, like the sleek new robot. And Eve was always ready to shoot a bitch. Eve was, because that's how she was programmed. And so I used to tell my late husband, I felt like I was Eve because I felt like the other dudes that I was with programmed me to be hard. Programmed me to always be, I was like this, always on the defensive. I was like Eve. And then my late husband would be like, he would be like, come on, Eve. Wally be in the movie talking about Eva. Like that was me and my late husband. We were Eve and Wally. That was our personalities. He was a sensitive one. He was a nice one. And then sometimes I was the more like, back up because again, it took me therapy to realize that I had to love myself. And it's a hard lesson that it took me almost 50 years to where I got it. I got it now. Like, okay, I got to love myself. And then I can't let outside people, because people will mean well in your life and tell you that you need to stick with this person. You need to stay with this person. You need to give this person the benefit. People mean well. And I've learned that I have friends and family who meant well, but they don't necessarily give you good advice. Life is about self-preservation. So I would suggest that you try to preserve your sanity and yourself. I understand that you got family members and friends and things to take care of. I get it. But sometimes you just need a dose of self-preservation. And sometimes That's hard, especially as a woman. It's hard because society teaches us that we're supposed to sacrifice ourselves on the altar of everything, and I mean everything. Our kids, our family, our friends, our husbands, our wives, we are just supposed to offer ourselves up like sacrificial lambs. I was through with that. I'm not offering myself on the altar. I'm done. I'm not offering myself on no altar of sacrificialness. I'm not sacrificing my sanity, my money, nothing for nobody. I like being comfortable and I like being happy. And so, I like being comfortable. I like being happy. I like having my own space and doing my own thing. I like that I'm independent and I ain't got to rely upon no man in my space telling me what I need to do and what I don't need to do. Because again, there are a lot of broken, fractured people out here, whether they be male or female, gay or straight. There are a lot of broken people out here and they will try to drag you down with their brokenness. Poor Diddy. I mean, I say poor Diddy with slight tongue in cheek, but I do mean that in a well-meaning way. Like I just think like what did he experience in life to make him so broken? Like what did he experience in life when you go back and look at those pictures of Diddy when he was a kid? That kid wasn't a monster. He wasn't born like this. Something made him like this. And I don't know what he experienced that broke him, but I just, like I said, I don't try to feel bad for the perpetrator, but for Diddy, I do feel like what happened to you? Why are you so broken? Like and I know when people get to drinking and they get on substances, their whole personality may change. Alcohol do that to people. Drugs do that to people. So, I guess he was trying to say in his apology that he was, back in those days, he was on something. But I think it's more than just that. It's more than just him being a drunk or on drugs. It's more than that. It's a bit more than that. It's more than that. But I just want to tell Diddy who hurt you, Diddy? Who hurt you, Diddy? Who hurt you? And I'm not trying to be funny, but y'all know I am funny. But I ain't trying to but I just want to know who brought him to that point. Because everybody always trying to look for somebody to blame. And sometimes there's nobody to blame. Sometimes it just is what it is. So I can't say, but for him to get that bad, there's something broken in him that I don't know. Will it ever be fixed? I don't know. I don't know. Isn't Diddy married now, y'all? I don't know. Is he married? Because he got a lot of baby mamas and a lot of kids. But I just hopefully he ain't treating his daughters like that. Like I worry about his kids and his sons. If they've witnessed some of this that they think is normal, you can't tell me that his kids did not. He with Cassie for so long. You can't tell me that his kids had not witnessed some of this, has not seen some of this, and think that this is normal behavior, how you should be treated or how a man should treat a woman. Like that's that's the fear I think is just like the next generation. Because Diddy, he's in his 50s now. He an old fool. But I just worry about the next generation of like, what is his son? How do his sons? Do they do the same things that he did? Do they grow up thinking that this is how you treat people when you get mad at them? You throw them onto the ground, you get in their face and you threaten it. Because Diddy's threatened a lot of people. Like, I mean, bodily harm, like threatened, like gotten people's faces. There's stories out there where Diddy has gotten angry or drunk or mad and gotten people's faces and threatened them and hemmed them up in a corner. Like he may not have fought everybody, but he has threatened people with bodily harm like before. So, allegedly, according to documents and according to things I've heard, that Diddy was not one to not threaten somebody. So I just, and people kind of either took it as a joke or they took it seriously, like just depends on who you are. But people were saying that people most of the time did take it seriously, that he was just that kind of volatile kind of person. And then I've known people like this. I know people with real bad temper issues. I dated a few guys like that and had to break up with them because they were angry all the time. And I'm like, who hurt you? Like, why are you so angry? Like, why are you so mad all the time? I mean, just hostile about anything and everything. They go to a restaurant, they don't get the right service, they mad. They talk to someone on customer service, they're cussing the person. Like, I know people who are like this. I know somebody who was like that. I have a really good friend and she's like this all the time, but she's on medication, but she's like bipolar. So she has an excuse. She's on medication. But some of these people out here, they need to be on medication because, when you fly off the handle and everything upsets you, if you go to McDonald's, you fighting the cashier over a hamburger, you might need to get some help. If you want to go to McDonald's and you want to cut somebody out because you got pickles on your hamburger and you want to come across the counter and fight the Mickey D's person because you are having a bad day, if you've been fired from several jobs because you didn't cuss out your boss or try to physically assault your boss, I'm just saying, I may know some people like that, then you really need to evaluate your life and get some help because that's not normal behavior. And people around you will normalize your crazy behavior. I'm not one of those. I've pissed off many a friend because I'm like, girl, you crazy, you need some help. And they're like, ha ha. And I'm like, no, 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 ha ha. No, no, yeah, yeah. Well, girl, that's just how I am. If I hear another person talking about, well, that's just me, that's just how I am, girl, your behavior is not normal. You wanting to beat up your child's kindergarten teacher because they gave him a bad grade on an art project, girl, that's not normal. I've had to have these conversations with people. Girl, you need some help. Well, no, da da da. Okay, well, if you're not gonna listen to me, I'm just gonna stop fucking with you, and that's what I do. I stop messing with the people. And people want to excuse them. People like, well, you know how such and such is. You know how she is. What is that supposed to mean? Yeah, I know how she is, and I'm not gonna be around it. So you have a choice whether to deal with the crazy people or don't deal with them. So I suggest to all of you people who are watching this video, don't do it. Save yourself. Don't involve yourself with toxic people. If you're in a relationship like this and you're unhappy and the person's not treating you how you're supposed to be treated, get out. Trust me, I spent 5 years in a relationship where I should have been gone. So don't let your mental state, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to be by myself? You have to have a plan. So I tell people all the time, you want to get out of a domestic situation, I would say first you go in there with a plan. You have to plan your way out of it. You can't just up and leave one day because you don't know what's going to happen. You have to plan your way out of it. And then you have to let your circle and other people know what you're planning to do so they can help. So allow people to help you. Don't live in isolation because these crazy toxic MFers will try to isolate you. They will try to make like you're crazy. They'll gaslight you to the point you think you crazy. You be like, I know this is not normal because it's not. I don't understand why I go through this because you shouldn't. So they try to isolate you and shame you to the point where you don't tell your family, friends. A lot of times they don't know what's going on. So I would say let somebody in, let somebody know, even if it's a third party person, even if it's somebody that maybe not in your circle, maybe somebody on the outside. If you got to go to a therapist, do that as well. Sometimes you can tell coworkers and people that are not involved so much in your familial circle what's going on. And if they cool and they can keep your business, and you feel like you can confide in them, then do it. Confide in somebody. Y'all want to confide in me? Confide in me. I'm here for you. You can confide in me. I'm like, who am I going to tell? All I can tell you is to give you advice and pass on what I know. You can confide in me. You can reach me on Twitter, the infamous Kiki on Twitter. You can leave me a message. You can let me know what's going on. You can stay anonymous. I'm not going to tell nobody who you is. If you got things going on, come talk to me. I'm not going to tell nobody. I'm not going to get on. I've had plenty of people in my DMs telling me about things that have happened in their lives, in their relationships, and I've not said anything on this channel, and I never will, because that's their business. They told me things in confidence, and they've asked my advice. They've asked what I should do. I've even helped certain people out of certain situations that y'all don't know about. I don't come on here and talk about it. But like, if you need somebody, sometimes you just need somebody to talk to, I will talk to you. Like I said, get at me on Twitter. The infamous Kiki on Twitter. Get at me into send me DM, drop a DM in Twitter and be like, hey, you don't know me. I don't know you. I watched your video. I just need somebody to listen to me. I will listen. I will listen to you. I will listen. I've had people get my phone number. I had people call me on the phone and cry to me. People I don't even know, but they just didn't have nobody to cry to. They're like, I don't have nobody to tell. I can't tell my mama. I can't tell my brothers and sisters. I can't tell nobody. But it feels good. There's a catharsis in telling somebody what's going on in your life, whether it be, domestic situation or not. Sometimes you just need somebody to talk to. Again, I've been through a lot of tragedies in my life. Like I live a K-drama, a Greek tragedy, a Russian sad song. My whole life is one big ball of tragedy a lot of times. There's a lot of good times. There's a lot of good things and things that I've accomplished in my life. But then I've lost a lot of people. That's the flip side of all my success. I've lost a lot of people. And so if I didn't have people around me that I could talk to, I would have lost my mind. I wouldn't be able, I'll be sitting in a padded cell somewhere like this, just rocking back and forth because of all the things, just one thing after another, after another, after another. The past 10 years, my dad's, like I tell people, my dad's dead, my mom's dead, my mother-in-law's dead, my husband's dead. My nephew was murdered at 17. My nephew's dead. My cousin, he killed himself a couple of years ago that nobody in my family wants to talk about. And thank God they don't watch my videos. They'd be angry at me even saying this. My cousin killed himself. So I've had in the past 10 years, I've lost half of my grandmother died in 2017. My grandfather died when I was 4. I basically have no family. Like my family is decimated. Like I have 2 brothers, they're half brothers, but I've lost person after person after person after person after person. Even my kitty. My husband brought home a cute little cat that he gave me, and I love that cat, and we love that cat. And that cat was almost like my child. And then I got pregnant with my real child, and I raised that cat along with my children. And my cat died of leukemia, and I had to put him to sleep with my children. We had to drive him down to the SPCA and put him to sleep. And it was hard because that was a cat that my husband gave me. So I had to put my cat to sleep. And then 2 months later, my mom was dead. Like I literally went to work, I tell y'all the story, and woke up and my mom was dead in her bed as I was on my way to work and getting the kids up for school. My mother, I went and knocked on my mother's door and tell her I was about to leave to go to work. She would get my kids up and my mother was in her bed, stiff, dead. And I screamed and ran out the room because I had never seen a dead body before. And it still haunts me to this day. And that was last April. Then my mother-in-law got cancer, died of brain cancer in April, like just a little over a month ago. So yeah, I've been through it. I've been through it, I've been through it in my head. I'm still sane, I'm still standing, I'm still here. I try to be an inspiration to people that you can survive tragedy without losing your mind. There are people who experience tragedy, y'all, and they go through all kinds of things. They start binge eating, they start binge spending, they turn to substance abuse, they turn to scammers. There's plenty of women out there that have been widowed, who've lost people in their lives and ended up trying to find, looking for love in the wrong place. Y'all know what I mean? Who've had divorces and then they find somebody and they so hurry to find love they get scammed. I got a whole playlist about online dating and scams. Don't let it happen to you. Life is all about it's about a journey. It's about a recovery. Like it's about, you know, going through it. It's about getting help. Like I had to go through grief. When my husband died, I went through grief counseling. I had never experienced anyone dying, really. When my husband died, 9 years ago, my grandmother had died, but she had been sick and she was old. My grandfather died in a horrible accident when I was 4. That was it. I had not lost anybody. My aunt, and my aunt died. How can I forget my aunt? My aunt died as well. My aunt died in 2020. So that hit us hard. My uncle died 2021. So I have no aunts. I have no uncles. They've all died within the past 9, 10 years. I have no family. So y'all count your blessings. So many people like, I'm so alone, I'm so alone. I'm like, I understand. I'm alone. I've lost I don't have any aunts and uncles. I don't have any grandparents. I don't have any parents. I don't have a husband. I have one in-law. I have my father-in-law, my sister-in-law. My best friend died when I was in my 20s. He had a back tumor. My best friend in the whole wide world died. Died when he was 26 years old. His kids are now grown now. This is over 20 years ago. My best friend died. May he rest in peace. And y'all see, if y'all Facebook friends with me, you'll see me post things about my best friend. I've lost a lot of people. I've lost so many people that I'd be forgetting. Like I said, when my nephew got shot in a drive-by, that was in 2021. My dad died 2021. Like I've lost a lot of people. So I tell people, excuse me for being touchy. I do apologize to my audience for going off, but you got to understand, like if you don't know what I've been through, you can't judge it. So anybody bring up anything about my mama, about my husband, about my daddy, I go off because I'm like, you don't know the shit I've been through in 10 years. You don't know the people that I'm pretty much a grown ass orphan out in these streets. That is just me and my kids and my sister-in-law. And really that's about it. Because my father-in-law don't really like me. Anyway, that's a whole nother time for another video. But I understand feeling alone, being alone. I understand when you have no family. I don't have no family, y'all. Like, not like that. I have my 3 cousins. I have my sister-in-law. That's about it. I have a couple other friends that I fuck with. That's about it. My circle is real tight and small. I got my children. I got my other cat. I do have another cat. And that's about it. And like I said, to people who don't understand, you don't understand, to be a grown person and an orphan in this world. Like, to where you look around and you're like, I really don't have any family. Like, that's kind of disconcerting. It's not kind of, it is. But you have to move on. You have to, get help, go to grief counseling, dig in your own self and come through it. So I hope for Cassie, I hope she has gotten counseling and will continue to get counseling. I hope the husband that she got treats her so well, treats her like a queen. A queen, Cassie, to me is so beautiful. Like I mean, men would die. I would die to look like Cassie. She's so gorgeous to me. She saw her little angelic little face, and she's so skinny. And she said every time I saw Cassie, I said, "Ooh, Diddy should be happy that he got this beautiful woman." And I'm like, Diddy and Cassie still together, and they were together for so long. I was surprised they were together that long because Cassie, she's to me, she has like a little like if I die and if there is a heaven and I see an angel, I think the angel would look like Cassie. Like I think her face is so pretty to me and so angelic. And when she would take her pictures and smile, and she would always be dressed so beautiful. She would look like a little doll. But little did I know that like behind closed doors, she was really treated like a doll. Like she was just kind of like this plaything for Diddy, for him to snatch up and abuse and do how he wanted to do and dress up like he wanted to dress and control. And I just go back and look at the pictures of them together, and I try to look at her smile and be like, is there something behind the smile? I'm looking at her eyes. Like that's the kind of person that I am. I go back and look at pictures of a person when things happen to them. Like when things happen to me, I go back and look at pictures of myself, and you can see it in my eyes. You can see it in some of the Cassie's pictures. You can see the grief in her eyes. Like she's smiling and she's standing there like this, but then her eyes look real sad. Like y'all go back and look at the pictures of Cassie and Diddy, and you can see the sadness sometimes in her eyes. And that's something that you can't hide. No makeup, no clothes can hide the sadness that's in your spirit when you've experienced something so horrific. You can go back and look at pictures, and you can see the eyes of the window to the soul, y'all. You can look at her eyes and tell that there's a sadness there. There's a despair in some of those pictures where she's dressed to the nines and she's up there, but them eyes are just, it's a sadness to it that I never noticed before. But I went back and looked at pictures, and I was like, her eyes don't look right. She's smiling, then her eyes are like, I'm tired. There's a weariness to them. There's a weariness and a sadness to her eyes. So y'all go back and check that out. But I gotta go to work, y'all. I gotta go in the office today. Y'all know I work from home, and I hate going in the office. But I appreciate everybody coming here. Make sure you thumbs up and like the video. I appreciate AK, Gabrielle, Weir. Oh my God, Gabrielle. Gabrielle came in like a soldier. Gabrielle came like a wrecking ball. She said, dude, bounce. I said, Gabrielle, I ain't never even heard of Gabrielle being on my channel. Because like I said, some of y'all come on here and y'all learn, and y'all just watch the videos and y'all just listen to me talk. And some of y'all are like, y'all swoop in on the comment section real quick, and y'all be like, wait a minute, MF. And y'all come in real quick. And I'll be like, dang, who is this? Who is this sister coming through? I said, oh, I'll be like, or who is this brother? I'm like, who's this person? And then I'll be like, dang, okay. Like, okay, y'all, but make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Check out my other channel, Nomadic Kitty, where I did the overview of the Diddy thing. And Nomadic Kitty, period. Like, Nomadic Kitty has a bunch of cool stuff on there. If AK is still here, if she's listening, I did a Westeros video that I'm finna release. I'm finna drop it like a mixtape, like a Drake mixtape. I'm finna drop that Westeros video on Nomadic Kitty. I did a whole video, a Westeros video, just stepping my toe in it a little bit. But yeah, I did a little video about Westeros, and I'm gonna drop it in Nomadic Kitty soon. I gotta edit and do some other things. But I appreciate everybody being here and listening to me drone on Babylon while I'm supposed to be at work and getting in trouble. Y'all know I gotta check my email. Hold on, let me look at my email real quick. But y'all have a great day, and remember what I told y'all. Y'all ain't gotta put up with nobody's bull. And like you are in that situation, you don't have to tell me who you are. You know who you are. If you ever been in that situation, I am so sorry. I know I ain't the one that did it, but I apologize. I've read story after story after story about women online in Reddit groups talking about the horrific things that they've experienced. And I just have to switch off and just walk away because it is, I mean, it blows my mind. Like I have to switch off. Like I really have to switch off and walk away because I'm like, what do you call? I'm an empath. That's how I'm an empath. They call me. I'm an empath. I can't watch people cry because it makes. Then I'll start crying. People are like, why are you crying? Because I watch people cry. Like if I know somebody who's really hurting, like a child or something, I see a kid get hurt. Like I be crying. Like I'm an empath, big time. Like I see things on TV and it bothers me. I can't switch images out of my brain because I want to help. I want to hug people. I can't, like, I have to start watching Al Jazeera and step away from the Palestine thing because I will have nightmares. I will wake up traumatized. Like, y'all don't know. Like, things, stuff like that hurts me so bad. When I think about people suffering in Congo and the Sudan and Palestine and Haiti, y'all don't know. I have to fight through it every day because my natural reaction is for me to go help and go try to save somebody, even at my own peril. Y'all know I've been on a no-fly list because I was out, during the Iraq War. I was trying to help people involved in certain organizations. I was put on a no-fly list because, my grandmother be like, I would try to bring stray home. I bring every stray home, stray cats, stray dogs, birds. My grandma would be like, what is with you? It was something I was born with. Like, I don't understand. My grandmother was not like that. My mother was not like that. But they would know that little Kiki would bring home a wounded kitten, a cat, and sit there and cry and beg for my grandmother to do something. Grandma, do something. Do something. And I would cry because I didn't like to see anybody suffering. And my grandmother used to say that I was old soul. She's like, I don't know who. My grandmother used to look at me and by the shoulders, and she would look at me and be like, I don't know who's in there, but she's like, there's so many people in there. And I didn't know what she meant. She'd be like, Kiki, there's so many people in there. She's like, I see them. She's like, I see them in your eyes all the time. Because I would be 6 years old and be worried about, like, this is during the Cold War, during the 80s, during the Reagan. And I would see things on the nightly news of Walter Cronkite and be so traumatized. Like, there's going to be a nuclear war. When I was a kid, I was worried about nuclear wars. Like, my grandmother would be like, I don't know who's in there. And I was like, what does that mean, Grandma? And she's telling me, she said, you're so old soul. Like, you care about everything. She's like, you have the weight of the world on your shoulders as a little kid. She's like, why can't you be like normal little kids? I wasn't, never have been. She's like, why can't you just go play and not worry about nuclear war? I was like, are we going to get in a war with Russia? What's going to happen? Why does Russia hate us? Why? My grandmother would be like, baby, calm down, go outside and play. Like, I would be sitting there worried about nuclear war with Russia at 5. Like, I didn't understand. I was like, does this mean, do we have to stop, drop, and roll? Like, is they going to drop a bomb on us? Why do they hate us? Why does Russia hate us? Like, I was an inquisitive child. Like, I didn't understand. You have to ask my grandmother, one of the reasons why I became a Jehovah's Witness, because I didn't understand why I was so much suffering. So that's one of the reasons why I became a witness, because I had seen the Iraq War, the first one, the Gulf War, and I was so freaked out over it that I was like, why is there so much suffering? Why are people fighting? Why are people hurting? I became religious and became a Jehovah's Witness because I didn't comprehend why would a God allow so much suffering? Why were there so many people starving in different countries? And I never understood that. And so that was my way of trying to understand it. I turned to the Bible, I turned to religion as a way to try to understand that as a 13-year-old. I didn't understand it, but I cared enough because I wanted the world to be saved. I wanted to save people. And so, now I'm a bit more jaded, but I still have that in me. They tell me, Keisha want to save the world. They say she out here trying to save the world. I always be trying to save the world. They're like, my grandma would be like, honey, you'll be in an early grave trying to save this world. And I learned to just leave it alone, but I have a son that is on that train that I'm on. My son, the look on his eye is like, he's like, I'm going to grow up. I'm going to work for the UN and I'm going to save the world. I told my son, I said, oh no, good luck. I told my son, good luck. My son wants to save the world, y'all. He looks at suffering. He gets upset. And he's like, there has to be something we can do. And I said, honey, I fought this battle all my life. I said, I was an activist. I was a protester. I have helped people financially. And I said, honey, you can't save the world. I said, you have to save yourself. So I tell people out there that want to fall on the sword or martyrdom, I tell people, sometimes you got to save yourself. Sometimes people date men and they trying to save them. I have to save him. He needs me. How many times people have said that? How many women and men have said that about their partners? He needs me. She needs me. She needs me to help her. She needs me to do this for her. If I'm not there, they're going to fall apart. How many of we said that? I've said that. You know, how many of us have sacrificed ourselves mentally and emotionally for our partners because you felt like this person can't live without you? You can't really live without them, but then you kind of feel like if I'm not there directing their lives, they they're going to end up in jail, or they're going to end up dead, or they're going to end up full-blown addicted. There are people out there right now that are with addicts and all kinds of people that are in toxic relationships because they feel like if they lose this person is going to OD. I've known people who've been in that situation. If I don't stay with this guy, if I don't keep him straight and narrow, he's going to overdose, or she's going to overdose, or she's going to drink herself to death, or if I leave her, she will feel like she lost everything, and so she's going to self-destruct. I've had people tell me this, like, why are you still with this girl? Oh my God, if I leave her, her whole life would fall apart. Or if I leave him, girl, he would go off the deep end. He would harm himself. People will try to trap you with that. People will try to mind F you with that. Well, if you leave, I'm gonna hurt myself. If you leave me, I can't live without you. I'm just gonna jump off the cliff. I just can't. They 9 times out of 10, they not, or they need to seek help and stop putting that on you, because that's on them. So again, people will try to do anything to try to get you to stay in toxic relationships and try to trap you there. And then you stuck, they stuck, and you're miserable. And you can never move on with your life because you feel like you're their savior, you're helping them, and then you're falling on the sword of being a martyr, and you're sacrificing yourself for another person. Don't do that either, y'all. So I know I came in here and said it wasn't gonna be long, but I had to come on here and talk to y'all. Y'all know I come on here and I just talk to y'all a little bit. You know, I had to talk to y'all because I feel like if I could just convince and help one person, then I feel like I've done something. That I can just talk to one person out there and reach out to y'all and make y'all feel like y'all not alone, that we kind of all in this together, that things take time to reveal itself and take time to heal and take time. I tell everybody, just give yourself time. Go to a nice spa. Go take yourself out to dinner. I'm going to Olive Garden today to get some of the unlimited soup salad and breadsticks. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all like them soup salad and breadsticks, but breadsticks that I shouldn't be eating because I'm on a low carb diet, but I'm going to eat some breadsticks today. But be good to yourself. You know, if people are not going to be good to you, at least be good to yourself. I'm good to myself all day. Baby, I pamper myself. I try to take time out for myself. I'm busy, but I try to take time for myself. And I didn't do that a lot in my 20s. So I tell people, before you become an old lady like me, you know, before you get to be an old lady like me, and you get ready, you know, before you hit your 50s, like me, if you're in your 20s and your teens, in your 30s, take care of yourself. Get in a habit, a routine of taking care of yourself. And then by the time you get to be an old lady like me, you will have it down, and you be like, you know, you will head into your 50s, you know, being stable. Like, you a stable old lady or old man. You won't be like, I'm still out here working myself to death, and you got a bunch of wrinkles. And y'all see, I don't be stressing out like that. I ain't got no wrinkles on my forehead yet. You know, I keep, you know, I do my olive olay. Because I try not to let people stress me out. Because people stress you out and have you up here looking old. I'm telling y'all, people have you looking old up in here. That's how I stay. People like, how you stay looking so young? I eat right, I drink right, and I don't deal with no crazy MFers. I don't let these men stress me out. I'm like, oh, I'm getting stressed out. Oh, it's time for me to go. Y'all causing wrinkles on my face. I'm like, I'm trying to look a little puffy around the eye. Baby, no. I can't be up here crying and stressing and frowning and grimacing. No, baby, I'm trying to keep these wrinkles off this forehead, baby. You know, I ain't trying to be up here with a turkey neck at 50. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't play with me. But like I said, I tell everybody, make sure you take care of yourself. Take care, put your kids first. I can say that another thing. Put your kids first, y'all. Don't be putting these men and these women before your children. Put yourself and put your kids first, and your aunt and your pets first. I read something really sad online. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. What this lady was saying, she was in a toxic, abusive relationship, and that it was her and her dog, and that's the only thing that she had to really keep her going, was that it was her and her dog, and that her and her dog both had experienced abuse at the hands of this person. So I say to all the people out there that have pets, and I know somebody in a situation, and I'm not going to say anything, but I know somebody in a situation where their dog was killed, and it hurts me. Like, I'm getting teared up right now because I love animals and I love children and I have a soft spot for them. And I have somebody I know that was in a situation, she was with someone abusive that would beat her up in front of her daughter, and her dog stepped in to try to help her. And this person killed her dog in front of her and her child. And I hate to bring that up. I shouldn't have brought it up because I know it's gonna make me cry. And the fact that her daughter was so traumatized by not only her mother getting beaten up, but then her dog was beaten to death in front of her. And this happened last year. And this happened to a relative. And y'all, that it still hurts me. Y'all still, I'm still hurt. Um, and thank God she got away. She left that situation. She's out of that situation. She's left that person. She had to flee the apartment with her and her daughter, like in the dead of night, and this is a relative of mine. And so I didn't know what was going on and I felt hurt. So that's why I tell people, please tell somebody, because I don't want anybody in my life to feel like they can't come live with me. And I told her, I said, why didn't you tell me that this was a situation? Because she could have came and lived with me. There's no way in hell I leave any one of my family members in a situation like that. But she hid it from all of us. Like my mom didn't know what was going on. Nobody knew what was going on. Her brothers didn't know. Nobody knew. And the fact that like their dog, that he did the dog like that and did my relative like that in front of her daughter just hurt me to my core. Hurt me so bad. And it still hurts me. When I think about it, it's a hurt because she would come and the daughter would come and tell me how hurt she was, and the things that she saw and how traumatized, and she would cry and cry. And all me and my kids do would just cry with her. We would all cry together because my kids were so like, they didn't understand. They were like, did what? The dog, my kids, we love animals. And then I couldn't believe that, like, I'm like, what happened to your mother? I'm like, wait a minute, back up. What? Like, I was ready to go and deal with this person. Like, I was so angry. Like, if I just was ready to just confront this person, this man, quote unquote man, not even a man, you know, because I was like, how you have the nerve to do my relative like that? Who the fuck do you think you are? So I was ready to go get in some trouble. And I had to calm myself down because, you know, I just told her, you come to me and you tell me you can come live with me rent free. Like I don't want nobody to be in that situation. So when I tell y'all about these situations and the things that I've experienced and the things that I've had relatives experience recently, like, I'm not telling y'all this out of clickbait or anything like that. I'm telling you this because it's heartfelt. And I only do videos that I feel strongly about. But that really hurt me. Like I said, that still hurts me. I don't deal with children and women and animals being abused, being hurt. Like I can't watch TV shows about it. I will switch off and walk off. Like it affects me in a visceral way. And for somebody who wasn't hurt as a child, I had a good childhood. I had a loving experience as a childhood. I ain't having no dude beat my ass and snatch me up. But for me to see somebody experience that, it causes such a rage in me that I can't explain it. It's something I was born with. And I don't know. I don't know. Some of y'all believe in past lives. Some of y'all believe in soul connection. Some of y'all believe in soul and DNA. I don't know. There's something in my DNA that just can't let injustice live. There's just something in my DNA that it's been like this since I was a little kid, and I can't explain it. It's nothing that I've seen. I don't know what it is. I have no idea why I react to certain ways about certain things that are like that. And then like I said, my exterior I come across as a very hard kind of girl, but people like you bring up kids, you bring up animals, and I just cry. Like I just capitulate. I just turn to a little baby. Anything else, I'm ready to fight. Let's go. Let's do it. Kiki ready to roll. I'm hood. I'm hard. Oh, puppy got ran over. You will see me up here. I will be so disturbed. Like I will be up here crying like a 2-year-old that got kicked in the face. Like that's how bad things affect me. Like I'm hard and exterior. I'm tough, tough girl. I'm tough from the hood. Somebody hurt a kid. No, and like my kids be like, here she go. I'll be up here in tears. Just a kid will trip and fall. I'll run over to it and be like, are you okay? And then all my friends are like, your mama just always running. I always bringing the kids water. I'm always trying to help the kids in the neighborhood. I'm always looking out for them. I don't want the kids to get hurt. Somebody almost ran over a kid the other day and I cussed his ass out. Like I'm always like Kiki love the kids. I love children. And so that level of compassion spreads to women and spreads to old people. But kids and animals, I have a deep soft spot for that to the point where it's a crying thing, it's an anger thing. And so I don't want none of y'all out here to suffer. I don't want, and I know it's inevitable because this kind of world we live in, and I wish we didn't. But I just come on here and try to talk to y'all. But y'all have a good day. What's today? Tuesday? It's Tuesday. I don't know. I'm just trying to. I have to take a step back and from this Diddy thing and cleanse my palate as well. Like some of y'all need to. Y'all been triggered. Please just take a step back. Take a couple of deep breaths. Go in the corner and meditate. I know some of y'all are triggered. I know some of y'all are re-traumatized. Don't watch the video no more. I watched it once. I know I watched it twice. It was enough for me. And just take a step back. I want to get off this Diddy thing. I want to get up to doing more videos about online dating and catfishing and scamming. I want to do stuff like that, but I need a couple of days to just really kind of step back and palate cleanse and breathe because, like I said, this is even a lot for me. But everybody just take a minute, take a second, and I thank everybody for being here. And you guys have a great day. It is 5:21. School's almost out. Some of y'all are graduating. Happy graduation to all the graduates. Happy school's out. School's gonna be out in 2 days for my kids. So summer's coming up. Y'all go do something fun. But y'all have a good day. I love y'all. Make sure you thumbs up. Make sure you like. Make sure you comment. Y'all have a good day. And don't bring no bullshit in my comment section because I'll cuss you out in my comment section. Just letting you know. Just be respectful. You can criticize, you can disagree with me, but I tell people, be respectful. That's all I ask in my comment section, be respectful. If you don't know how to be tactful and respectful, don't come in my comment section. If you want to ask questions and be respectful, and I may not agree with you, but I won't block you. But if you come in this comment section talking about this is bullshit and blah, I don't like you and blah, 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 okay, then I will read you for filth, but I will keep your comment there because it brings numbers. That's kind of how YouTube works. But anyway, y'all, I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Bye bye. Bye bye.